I used to think journaling was simple. Get the thoughts out and you're done. It should help, right? But something strange kept happening. Following my last video on journaling, many of you asked me if writing is better than typing when it comes to journaling. And here's the neuroscience behind it. The days when I typed my journal, I wrote a lot. Pages, long paragraphs, big emotional dumps. Then I closed the app and moved on with my day. And later, the same thought came back. The same emotions showed up again. Nothing really changed or shifted. But on the days I picked up a pen, something felt different. I wrote less, I paused more. Sometimes I just stared at the pages. And even when I didn't solve anything, I felt lighter afterwards. That's when I realized journaling isn't just about getting thoughts out. It's about how you get them out. When you type, your thoughts can move faster than you can feel them. You can finish a sentence before you're really checked in with what it means. You can vent without ever slowing down enough to understand why you feel the way you do. Typing makes it easy to stay in your head. Writing by hand doesn't. When you write by hand, everything slows down. Your hand can only move so fast. You have to choose your words. Sometimes you stop because you didn't know what comes next. And in that pause, something important happens. Your brain starts catching up. There's a reason for this. When you write by hand, more parts of your brain are active at the same time. You're moving your hand, you're feeling the pen, watching the words form, and deciding what you actually want to say. Brain studies have shown that handwriting creates stronger connections across the brain than typing, especially in areas linked to memory, learning, and meaning. In simple terms, your brain has to be present, and presence matters when you're journaling. Typing is great for getting things out, keeping it formal, and sharing your thoughts with others. Writing by hand helps you work through them. When you slow down, you notice things you would normally skip. A sentence doesn't feel true and you cross it out and you try again. That's not just writing, that's thinking. Typing doesn't give you much resistance. Thoughts flow straight into the screen. Sometimes that's useful, especially when you feel overwhelmed. But a lot of the time it means you never stop long enough to ask yourself what actually matters. There's also something about memory. Studies show handwriting activates brain areas linked to meaning and recognition more strongly than typing. That might be why handwritten journal entries feel more real later. You don't just remember what you wrote, you remember how you felt while writing it. I made some notes for anatomy while I was a medical student almost 3 decades ago. When I look at those scripts now, the pages have aged, some of them torn. They have a certain smell to them. The feel of the paper reminds me of my time in college and where I was and what I felt then. Digital journals certainly will not give you that feel and take you back in time like handwritten notes do. Typing fades faster. This doesn't mean typing is bad. Typing helps you to start. Writing by hand helps you understand. One clears the noise, the other makes sense of it. Most people don't journal because they want a record. They journal because they want to feel less stuck, less heavy, less confused. Handwriting helps because it slows the brain down just enough to hear what it's actually trying to say. So, if journaling ever feels like it's not working, it may not be you. It might be just that you are moving faster than your mind can follow. And sometimes, all it takes is pen and a little patience. Until next time, bye-bye.